go for like
usually gas first until lots of Hellions.
And the
You
thing
don't have
about
to go gas
yeah,
first,
the thing about gas first is it's very scoutable.
Yeah.
You can see it coming, and then you just like know, all right, this guy is definitely doing Hellions, and if he does anything else, it won't be as good as Hellions, so you don't really need to worry about it. So what I do is that you the Terran just sort of like the Terran just does the Hellion build as he like sort of like in expectation, but you stick with it after you see that the other Terran has gone for gas first. And then I, as the Zerg player, switch over from my Speedling build, which is 11 Overpool, 14 Queen, 18 Hatch. Instead of doing that at the 16 drone mark, or 16 food mark, I get a Roach Warren. So you can naturally flow from one build into the other, and you get a good number of roaches.
You can block your ramp with them, prevent the Hellions.
Yeah, and that's the primary advantage of this build. You get enough roaches to block your ramp pretty quickly, and you basically spend all your money. That's why you stop workers at 16. Off of one gas, you spend all your money on roaches pretty fast.
The potential problem to going roaches is, at least we've encountered one map where the bases are actually connected from behind.
Oh my god, that's a horrible map.
We've thumbs it down. But if Zerglings could get into my base, if I'm doing this Hellion build, and you're not making Zerglings also, you're going roaches, or the Zerg partner is, then Terran can just die, or like take severe damage that you really don't want to have happen.
Yeah. So one of the main disadvantages of the Hellion Speedling build is that it cannot break down a wall. That's one advantage of the Marine Speedling build. Marines have enough DPS that you can kill a supply depot and then Speedlings can run through. With Hellions, you really can't kill a supply depot. I mean, you really want to, but it's like it will take so long, and you just take so much splash from like whatever is, or like just shots from whatever is defending. Doesn't really matter.
Why did you decide to get the Spine Crawler in this game?
Got the Spine Crawler because I'm pretty sure you scouted Lings coming at my base. This is just another thing I'm experimenting with. Sometimes I get a couple Lings, and sometimes I get a Spine Crawler. I just sort of feel like it's kind of the same cost, and I have a couple minerals to spare in this build, so I wasn't super concerned either way. It's just kind of less hassle. I don't have to worry about microing my Speedlings. Spine Crawler is pretty reliable.
So in this game, not much has happened so far. They sort of have map control with the Speedling and Hellions, and the opposing Terran decided to go for the Blue Flame Hellions and then get Starport and Banshees, whereas I just opted to go straight for the Banshees.
So the key idea behind this build is that you just get a huge number of roaches and Hellions, and the Hellions will just kill a lot of Zerglings, and they have the potential to kill other Hellions, which is great.
Although in this matchup, Blue Flame versus non-Blue Flame, I should really keep my Hellions away from them.
Yeah, but the idea is with only Hellions, Speedlings, and 1 or 2 Banshees out on the map, you actually do not have enough DPS to kill this big ball of roaches before it kills you. So even if there's like Banshees out on the map, Banshees really do not do that much DPS compared to the health of roaches. So you can see you just kind of get lucky here. They end up running into
the
a really
Hellions
bad
run into
spot.
the roaches, and then my Hellions get to chase down some Zerglings, Banshees.
But yeah, so
I try to get a Viking out to counter their Banshees. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Because other than that, we have no anti-air.
Yeah,
it's bad. Yeah.
That's like another thing about both of these builds. Neither of them have any anti-air. The only anti-air that you ever see is the Viking.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you bet on more Vikings, then maybe you get to not die to Banshees, but maybe you don't get to kill anything with Banshees either. It's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we're pushing out, and I think you see I'm being attacked by a Banshee here, but you can just kind of ignore it.
Yeah,
actually.
I've got 2 Vikings on the map to chase them down.
They like really do not do that much DPS. Their Lings are running into my base, but it's okay because they don't have enough. They don't actually have enough to kill my roaches. So
yeah, so as long as we go and kill them soon,
yeah,
it'll probably be fine.
And also, one of the things about this build is that Terran ends up basically okay. Both Terrans actually end up basically without damage, whereas the Zergs are highly all in. and have essentially no drones.
That's sort of the nature of most 2v2 games.
Yeah. So we see that the Zerg has basically no drones, don't need to worry about him.
Yeah, he just spent all his best drones on Spine Queen, so he can't see them.
And then we just run in and see he's got 3 Marauders, but it's just, there doesn't exist enough DPS. Because you don't have Marines, and Marines are really the like backbone of your DPS if you're dealing with roaches. I mean, Marauders are good, but Marauders generally lose to so many other things in 2v2 that you kind of don't make them very much.
Yeah.
So here we're just kind of sitting on his production. So
Basically
both of them are basically dead now, and
The game just ended, yeah.
sweet.
So that concludes that.